Hello my friends, and welcome back to another decorating video. I can't believe it's already time to start Christmas decorating for 2025. I feel like this year has flown by. I don't know if you feel that way too. Leave me a comment below if you do. But last week I shared all of the decorating inspiration that I had from last year's decorating. And I really did love last year's decorations, but I didn't do anything in my bedroom. This year is different. I'm partnering with King of Christmas, so shout out to them and thank you for working with me on this video because they have provided me with the most gorgeous tree. I have always wanted a flocked tree. I've never gotten one, but I feel like now I'm a little bit older and I have multiple rooms where I'm decorating and I like different styles. So bringing in a little bit of a different look into my bedroom is really something I've been looking forward to sharing with you guys. Now I'm going to be adding in this flock tree along with some beautiful browns and greens, and I'm going to use some gold accents, and I think that is going to be just a beautiful, cozy, sort of welcoming retreat for ending the day, especially on those cool, crisp nights where it's time to settle in and relax for the evening. This tree is absolutely stunning. I cannot wait for you to see it. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup just very quickly and make sure everything is ready to go to bring in all of the beautiful decor. Grab a cozy cup of coffee and let's get to it together. This section of the bedroom definitely needs some Christmas cheer, so with the help of King of Christmas, we'll be bringing in all of the beautiful, neutral, cozy vibes to create an elegant space for the holidays. You guys, I was absolutely floored when I opened up this bag. I have wanted a flocked Christmas tree for so many years, and every year I put it off and I say I will wait and get it next year, and then of course I never get one. So this is the year and I'm so excited because it's gorgeous. Now, one of the things I love about King of Christmas is that they send you these gloves so that when you are fluffing up your tree and making it look absolutely beautiful, you've got some protection for your arms and hands. And as I was taking this out, I was getting more and more excited and more inspired for all of the different decor that we're going to be bringing in this year. And my pre-lit Christmas tree comes with a remote, which is so fantastic because it does have a timer option. It's got a adjustment where you can make your lights brighter or more dim, and so many fun different settings to change the way the lights flicker or twinkle. You can have steady on. There are so many ways to create a unique experience every single Christmas. It is so important to take the time and make sure that you fluff out every single branch on your Christmas tree, especially because King of Christmas really packages these things well. They want to make sure they don't rustle around during shipping, so they're really sort of pushed closely together inside the packaging. Taking the time to fluff out every stem is a way to make sure that your tree looks full and realistic. And shout out to my husband who always comes in to the rescue to reach the part of the tree that I cannot reach. On the day that I put up the Christmas tree, our first cool and sort of overcast day was upon us, and it was a perfect way to kick off the Christmas decorating because it gave me all of those cozy winter vibes. And I will tell you, honestly, I have never done a Christmas tree in my bedroom, but I will never not have a Christmas tree in my room anymore because there is just something so whimsical and beautiful about that soft Christmas glow at night. Especially when you can come in with this handy remote and change the dim or brightness of the lights according to whether or not you want it to be soft glow or bold. I know that you guys are not going to be disappointed, so be sure and check out the description box for all of the information about King of Christmas and their amazing products so that you can kick off your 2025 Christmas decorating right. now that everything is cleaned up, it's time to bring in the tree skirt. And I love using thrifted items alongside brand new. I love using vintage along with modern. And this year I'm even trying to mix in some different textures. And this faux fur is one that I've never really used before, but I think it's really pretty under the flocking of the tree. I feel like it brings in that cozy feel, but also a little bit of elegance. And I love the neutral color. Now that I have this gorgeous tree set up, it's time to bring in a few of the decorations. And so many of you guys that have been with me for a while, you know that I love to set everything out and make sure that the look I'm going for is cohesive. This is going to be my color scheme. It's almost like a real life mood board. And you can see that these are my main colors. I've got this beautiful chiffon green ribbon. I actually found these in brown last year on Amazon, and I loved them so much that I bought them in green this year. You can see that they're very beautiful, very soft and delicate. I think they're going to hang really beautifully against the white flocking. And then I do have some wired ribbon as well. I wanted to bring in multiple styles of ribbon this year on my tree, so I'm going with this one. This one I also found on Amazon. I love that it has a combination of the mesh that you can see through, as well as this dark brown satin in the middle. I think that's really pretty. Velvet is a classic for the holiday season, so I wanted to bring in some velvet. I'm actually not sure if this is going to go on the tree or if it's going to be used for wrapping for the presents this year, but definitely this wired ribbon is going on the tree. I love that mesh transparent look of that gold. I think it's really pretty, and I think it's going to be a very beautiful accent for this brown and satin looking one. Now this one here I have just for a pop of color, a pop of gold. Probably going to end up using these on my gifts this year, but I think they'll look beautiful under the tree when I do. I've got some more brown ornaments. You guys, I have a ton of brown because I did use browns mostly downstairs for the last 2 years. So I've got these glass pine cone ornaments. These were from Walmart last year. I don't know if they're still available. Then I've got these cardboard glitter ones. I'm probably going to regret putting these glitter ornaments on my bed because the glitter sticks. But they're really pretty. And then I have so many of these flocked brown and green. I even have a bunch of these light brown ones. I'm bringing in a little bit of glam with some glitter in the smaller ornaments as well. A few wooden finial style ornaments because I think they're really pretty and kind of classic. And I think that's a great way to blend a little bit more of a modern look with a traditional Christmas look, which you guys know I absolutely love. And then in the background here, you can see I have these wooden beads. I actually don't know if I'll be using these because it really just depends on what the ribbons look like and how everything is filling out. But I think these will be a pretty pop of brown. And I really believe that all of these colors, as dark as they are going to pop so beautifully on the white flocking of the tree. And you can see that those lights are just dancing and flickering. And honestly, I could not be happier with the way it's turning out, and has not even been decorated yet. So I feel like decorating the Christmas tree needs to happen first, because once the tree is decorated, it sets the tone for all of the other decor in the room. Hopefully all of the items that I have in mind will work together today to bring in the beautiful browns and greens that I have going on here, and I'll be able to kind of disperse that all through the bedroom and make a cozy scene. But you guys, this flocked Christmas tree is my absolute favorite. I have multiple King of Christmas trees. I have absolutely loved their product from the very first time I ever saw anything from them, and I could not be more ecstatic about the way this tree looked. And the moment I took it out of the box, I knew I was going to love it, so I can't wait to get the decorations on. When it comes to hanging the smaller ornaments, I will use hangers or ribbon to have them sort of suspend themselves from the branches. But with this flock tree, I wanted to tuck the larger ones into the openings and have them rest on the branches and make them more like a backdrop rather than ornaments that were hanging. So you'll see I'm coming in and just sort of looking for some open spaces to rest all of these beautiful flocked ornaments within the openings of the stems. Every year I feel like I totally underestimate how many ornaments it takes to deck out a tree fully. So this is coming along really well, and I've got all of my larger ornaments set. And one of the things that I had mentioned is that I don't always use hangers for the larger ornaments. I like to kind of set them in the open spaces in the tree and just kind of like tuck them in so that they fill in that spot and they don't necessarily hang. I feel like that gives a little bit more of a full look. And now it's time to come in with some of the smaller ornaments. And lastly, I'll come in with ribbon, because wherever there's empty spaces, I'm going to use ribbon to tuck in. And I'm not very familiar with using ribbon. I've been watching a few videos on YouTube. I know how to tie on the chiffon ones, but the wired ribbon is going to be a challenge. So we'll do this together and we'll see how it turns out. I am no expert when it comes to adding ribbon to a Christmas tree. This is only my second year trying it, but I feel like after watching a few tutorial videos, that was very helpful. Being able to watch someone who really knows what they're doing take you step by step. This is definitely not a tutorial. I'm just kind of showing you what I did, tucking in the ribbon, beginning with the gold mesh, and then afterwards I'll come in with that brown and finish it up by tying on a few of the green chiffon ribbons to the ends wherever I feel like it needs a pop of color. I don't know why I waited so long to get a flocked Christmas tree. I absolutely love how this turned out. It's time to deck out the bed, and I'm not using anything new. This is all bedding that I've had for quite some time, but everything falls within that same neutral, soft, and casual color scheme. I'm wanting to try to play around with some textures though, so I'm working with a knit throw as well as a diamond stitch quilt, and then just sort of layering them and folding them in a way that makes it look very cozy and very welcoming. Sometimes it takes me a few minutes to really figure out how I want the bed to look. I get an idea in my head, but then once I get it set up, it's not the way I think it should be. So I definitely am someone that likes to change things once it's set. I love this long body pillow. I think it's beautiful with the dark chocolate ruffled cover on top. It's gonna look great over the front of my just standard everyday casual pillows and kind of dress things up a little bit. But I love that it adds a pop of different brown because everything is really soft and neutral. And I feel like that kind of adds a little bit of interest because of the color variation. Now that the bedding is complete, let's take a look at both of our side tables here. I'm going to keep things very simple with some neutral colored Christmas decor, as well as some really pretty gilded items that are going to tie in with some of the items we'll be using in a little bit. Now let's decorate this section. So on this side, I want to keep things pretty simple. You can see I'm kind of staying in this neutral color palette, the dark brown, light beige, and off-white. And I really want to try to work in these different textures. So I've got this faux fur stocking that I thrifted during the summer. And then I've got these two that are both from the Hearth and Hand line from a couple of years past. I love the scallop detail on this one. I think it's really sweet, and it'll really bring in a little bit of a different look over in that section. And then as far as what's going on the basket, I'm going to keep things very simple, staying in, again, that neutral and green and dark chocolate brown color palette. And let's set this up because I think it's going to look really pretty. Because the Christmas tree is flocked, I want to come in with some more flocked greenery. So I think this wooden scalloped vase is the perfect thing to tie in with the scalloped detail on the stocking. And then we'll just bring in a little bit of that flocked greenery over to this side of the room to create a little bit of balance from the other side. And before it's even had a moment to settle, I come in and make some changes. That's just kind of how I do things, guys. With this section complete, let's move over to the top of my tall dresser. And I actually am not going to be changing any of the artwork out of the room this year for Christmas. I'm keeping everything on the walls the same, which means I really need to try hard to tie the color schemes in. And I think the artwork above this dresser does just that. I've got some green, I've got some browns, and I've definitely got the gilded frame. So I'll complete the look with some thrifted items as well as some decor that I've had for a while to add in some more flocked greenery and create a full and festive Christmas look. It's time to move over to the other side of the room. These are the items that we'll be working with. I'm really trying hard to stay in that very neutral green and brown color palette, but I do feel like gold is a good complement, especially since I have the gold mesh ribbon on the Christmas tree. So we're going to be tying in a lot of gilded items on this side of the room, or at least we're going to try. I have a stack of thrifted books here that all are in that same green and gold and even a little bit of a gilded look. It's got some of the gold detailing on the covers of the books, along with two gilded Christmas trees. One of them is hollow. I want to say this one was from the My Texas House line last year. I do plan to put one of my rechargeable lights in here, my like tea lights. That one needs batteries, but it does light up also, so I think that'll be really pretty at night. Then I have a sign that's bringing in a little bit of black. You guys know that I have the black furniture and I've got black in my area rug. So I think that's a really good way to tie in some of those darker tones. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to work these acorns in. These are from Hobby Lobby quite a few years ago. I think they still carry them, but they were from the fall line. But I just love the coloring. I think that's a really pretty complement for the Christmas tree. And then I also have this candle that I picked up on clearance at Target during the summer this year. And I really want to work this in because I'm telling you what, the scent is absolutely amazing. So we're going to be using those items here on this side of the room. This is directly across from the Christmas tree. And you can see that I'm using a scarf that is, again, in that neutral color palette, just as a table runner because I wanted to break up some of the green. Considering I'll be putting so many gold items on top, I thought that would be a way to soften it up a little bit. So let's see how it turns out. are just about to the end of the decorating, and I am loving how everything has turned out so far, but I do have a few more places that I want to add a touch of cozy, like this bench here in front of the bed, just adding in a soft green throw and this adorable box that kind of looks like a present, alongside the little acorn that is going to bring in a little bit of whimsy and gilded touch. I love using all of my larger pillows and the extras that didn't quite make it to the bed to soften up this storage bench and create a little bit of a seating area that matches the rest of the room. Nothing says festive season better than some beautiful green ribbon tied onto the lamp for a simple and elegant Christmas touch. On the opposite side of the bedroom is my functional space. This is where I do all of my work. So I do like to bring in a little bit of decor to make it feel festive and fun while I'm working long hours at the computer. A little flocked Christmas tree and some candles will do the trick. This little table was displaced by the Christmas tree, so it needs a little bit of flair, and then we'll light a few candles and take a look around. There's nothing quite like a beautifully decorated bedroom for Christmas to enjoy the winter season and all of the fun, festive Christmas feelings that go along with it. Everything looks beautiful and festive and elegant, and I am so thankful that I had the help of King of Christmas to bring all of this together. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today as we bring a little bit of Christmas cheer into my bedroom, and a special thank you to King of Christmas for making this all possible. Be sure and check out the description box. I'll have all of the information below so that you can get your very own absolutely stunning King of Christmas tree for your 2025 decorating. I am so happy that you joined me today, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.